Hello, this is Dan Kaywood with TheShortSalePeople.com. What we do is offer a short sale done-for-you negotiation system. But today I just want to talk to you about the double closing in simple plain English. When we refer to the double closing, it's basically an A to B transaction and a B to C transaction. So let's look at the A to B transaction. In an A to B transaction, A is representing the seller, somebody that you have gone out, found to be in foreclosure, and contracted with to negotiate a short sale. B is you, the investor, and in this case, the buyer. That is a A to B transaction. In the double closing, we move on to the B to C transaction. In a B to C transaction, B is going to represent the investor, which is you, as the seller. C is going to represent your retail buyer or your wholesale buyer, depending on your exit strategy for the property. In just a minute, I'm going to give you a couple tips on working with your short sales. But first, let's just look at the whole short sale A to B, B to C transaction closing real quick here. What you have is an A to B transaction. This is a separate transaction that needs to be funded separately. You can get, you don't have to use your money. You can get funds all over the place for one-day transaction. Okay? You don't need to use your own money. A to B does need to be funded with somebody's cash, but it does not need to be yours. The B to C transaction, where you're the seller and you have brought in your retail buyer or wholesale buyer, and they have gone out and gotten conventional financing or cash, is the side of the transaction where you are going to make your money. Okay, so A to B is a separate transaction from B to C. You need to know that. Now let's look at a couple tips here on getting these things done. Never use the B to C closing funds to fund your A to B closing. It can be construed as fraud, and you just don't need to do it. There's tons of companies out there that will give you dough for one day, and you don't need to use your B to C funds to close your front end A to B closing. You also need to find a local title company that understands short sales. You can simply go on to Google, type in title company plus your city, and a list will come up. You just start calling them and ask them if they understand how to do a double closing on a short sale. If they do, you got one. If they don't, simply hang up and move on to the next one on the Google page. That's it for today. My name's Dan Kaywood, and our website is TheShortSalePeople.com. Done for you short sale negotiations, and have a great day.